The air goes still. The birds fall silent. Even the insects seem to vanish, as if the entire world is holding its breath, waiting for something immense to arrive. A heavy pressure settles. This is the calm before the storm. The sky darkens and every sense is heightened, aware of the tension in the air. But not just any storm, a typhoon. The largest, most powerful storms on Earth, capable of reshaping entire coastlines and altering the fate of communities. Born over the warm Pacific, they grow into spinning giants, with winds that can tear buildings apart and waves that swallow coastlines. Their force is both beautiful and terrifying, a true display of nature's might. For me, this raw power is a call to adventure, a chance to witness nature at its most extreme, to stand at the edge where human endurance meets the wild. I've faced deserts, jungles, frozen peaks, each with their own challenges and dangers, each teaching me something new about survival. But a super typhoon is a different beast. It's a living, breathing force, unpredictable and relentless. It's not a single obstacle. It's an entire environment turned hostile, testing you to your limit. Every moment is a battle against the elements, where even the smallest mistake can have consequences. Chasing these storms isn't about recklessness. It's about respect and understanding the immense power at play. It's about learning from the experts, scientists, locals, and those who have survived countless storms. It's about learning how people in the path prepare, endure, and survive. Their resilience is a lesson in courage and community. Imagine a spinning wall of wind and rain, hundreds of miles wide, moving with unstoppable force across the ocean. The energy released by a single typhoon in one day can exceed all the world's electrical output. It's a reminder of how small we are in the face of nature's fury. These storms aren't just weather, they've shaped landscapes and cultures for centuries. Every storm leaves a mark, carving new stories into the land and the people. Our journey takes us across the Pacific, from the storm's birthplace to the coastlines of Japan and the Philippines, where the typhoon's legacy is written in memory and tradition. Here, people live with the constant threat of these giants, learning through generations how to read the signs and come together as a community. Their wisdom is passed down, a living guide to survival. Their stories are the real heart of this adventure. Each tale is a testament to human strength and adaptability. They are the true survivors, the experts in living on the edge of nature's fury. Their spirit inspires me to keep searching for answers. This isn't about conquering the storm, but understanding and surviving it. Let's get going. The wind is waiting. Sound of distant thunder, fade out. Every monster has an origin story. For typhoons, it starts in the warm tropical Pacific. Sun heats the sea, water evaporates, and moist air rises. As it cools, clouds form, releasing energy, fueling the storm. This creates low pressure, drawing in more air, which spirals due to the Coriolis effect. That's what gives the storm its spin. The system grows. First a tropical depression, then a storm, and if winds exceed 119 km/h, a typhoon. Super typhoons? Winds over 201 km/h, true apex predators. The storm feeds on warm water, growing stronger, bigger, more organized. At its heart, the eye, eerily calm amid chaos. If conditions are right, warm water, low wind shear, the storm explodes in power. A perfect deadly creation of sun, water, and planetary physics. That's how a typhoon is born. Cut to satellite imagery. Once a typhoon is born, the chase begins, a relentless pursuit that spans thousands of miles and days on end. This isn't a chase with a jeep or a camera crew, but with cutting-edge technology and global teamwork. Satellites orbit high above, watching the Pacific 24/7, tracking every swirl, pressure drop, and subtle shift in the storm's structure. From space, a super typhoon looks like a living galaxy, beautiful, mesmerizing, and utterly terrifying in its power. But to truly understand its fury, you have to get much closer, right into the storm's core. Enter the hurricane hunters, brave pilots and scientists who fly straight into the storm's heart, risking everything for vital data. They release instruments called dropsons, which plummet into the swirling clouds, measuring wind speed, pressure, temperature, and humidity at every level. All this data is fed into powerful supercomputers, running complex simulations to predict the storm's path, strength, and potential impact. For countries like Japan and the Philippines, these forecasts are more than numbers. They're a lifeline, guiding preparations and saving countless lives. The chase isn't for thrills or adventure. It's a race against time, a mission to protect communities before disaster strikes. Some storms march straight and true, others wobble, stall, or suddenly change direction, keeping everyone guessing. We follow the latest models, consult with local experts, and position ourselves to document the storm's arrival and aftermath. The digital hunt ends as the typhoon nears. Now the true survival challenge begins for all in its path. The beast is coming to shore. Sound of radar beeping. Cut to storm footage. Why name a storm? Clarity. When Typhoon Mangkhut is coming, everyone knows which threat to prepare for. In the past, storms were just numbers, confusing and dangerous. Names make warnings clear for meteorologists, responders, and the public. In the Northwest Pacific, 14 countries contribute names: flowers, animals, mythological figures. When a storm is especially deadly, its name is retired, a permanent memorial to its impact. Naming storms isn't just practical, it's personal. It makes the threat real and the response faster. That's why we give a face to the fury. Cut to news headlines. The final hours before landfall are electric. The sky turns gray, the wind howls, the sea becomes a monster. The storm's outer bands lash the coast. A final warning: get to safety. As the eye wall arrives, the typhoon unleashes its full fury. Wind roars like a freight train, rain blasts sideways, visibility drops to zero. Debris becomes deadly. Even a coconut can turn lethal at 200 km/h. But the greatest danger is water storm surge and flooding. Storm surge, a dome of water, can inundate entire communities in minutes. Torrential rain overwhelms rivers, causing flash floods. Inside a shelter, the building groans, the wind presses on your ears, and you wait, powerless, for the storm to pass. Surviving landfall is about preparation, strong shelter, and mental grit. The storm tests everything. Sound of wind and rain. Fade to black. In the chaos left behind by a typhoon, survival stories emerge, each one a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. I met Lito, a humble fisherman living in a small coastal village in the Philippines, where typhoons are a constant threat. When Typhoon Haiyan struck with unimaginable force, Lito clung desperately to a refrigerator, holding his young son tightly as the raging surge swept them far from their shattered home. He lost his wife and daughter to the storm's fury, but through sheer determination, he never let go of his son's hand. Against all odds, they survived, washed up miles from home, exhausted but alive, clinging to hope on a foreign shore. Survival isn't just about physical strength, it's about the unbreakable spirit that refuses to give in, even when everything seems lost. Then there's the deceptive calm of the eye, a brief, haunting stillness that tricks many into thinking the danger has passed. Some, believing the worst is over, leave their shelters, only to be caught off guard by the violent return of the back eye wall. In Japan, a family survived Typhoon Jebai by huddling together in a reinforced bathroom, clutching their emergency kit, as the rest of their house was torn apart around them. Preparation couldn't stop the destruction, but it gave them a fighting chance, and ultimately, it kept them alive. These stories, told by survivors themselves, are the ultimate testament to human endurance and the will to keep going. The storm takes much: homes, loved ones, and certainty. But the will to survive, to rebuild, and to hope endures. Cut to survivor interviews. Soft music. As the winds fade, the stories of survival remain, echoing through the ruins. Fade out. How do you build a house to withstand a super typhoon? Smart design and strong materials. Deep foundations, steel straps, and hip roofs make homes more aerodynamic and resilient. Roofs are fastened with hurricane clips. Windows and doors use impact-resistant glass or storm shutters. In the Philippines, some build on stilts for storm surge, or use flexible bamboo that bends, not breaks. Whether it's concrete or bamboo, the principle is the same. Understand the threat, build to survive. A house is only as strong as its weakest point. Adaptation is key. Cut to construction footage. Sound of hammering. Fade out. When the storm passes, silence falls. The world is unrecognizable. Debris everywhere. Landscapes erased. The first priority: search and rescue. Neighbors help neighbors. Courage shining through devastation. Then comes recovery. No water, no power, no food. Aid groups rush in. Clinics pop up. Roads are cleared. The cleanup is overwhelming but essential. The psychological toll is immense. Loss of homes, livelihoods, loved ones. Yet, resilience emerges. People salvage what they can, begin to rebuild and support each other. The human spirit refuses to be broken. Cut to community cleanup. Sound of shovels, voices. Fade to hopeful music. Short montage of rebuilding. Fade out. End scene. Chasing typhoons taught me, you can't defeat nature, but you can learn to live with it. The future is about building smarter, stronger communities. As storms intensify, preparation is critical. Education is the first defense. Everyone must know the risks, the plan, and what to do. Community drills, public awareness, and early warning systems save lives. Nature helps too. Mangroves absorb storm surge. Smart land use keeps people out of harm's way. After the storm, it's community bonds that drive recovery. The storms will keep coming, but with readiness and resilience, we face the future together. That is the ultimate victory. Fade out. End credits.